I've got Mark Butcher joining me once again, and it's been a hot minute, Butch, so that only means that we've got plenty to talk about. It's been quite difficult this time of year to stay up late and watch England and New Zealand, but somebody's got to do it, and that's Butch right now. So, Butch, I want you to give me a mashup of the two teams. Your combined 11 from England and New Zealand. You definitely are spoilt for choice in this one. You probably can use some of the Kiwi players to answer some of the questions that came after we saw England in the Ashes. So we're going to break it down straight from the top.
Okay.
Starting off with the openers.
So my two openers are going to be two left-handers. Rory Burns, who was so impressive for England against Australia in the Ashes. Just making his way in the game, but he gets in there into my combined 11 for the Test series. And Tom Latham averages just under 45. Very solid, very dependable. Knows his game inside out, and I think they'd make a very good opening partnership for my combined team.
That does sound like a pretty good one. I guess no love for Joe Denley there in that one.
Well, I mean, Joe, he's injured as well. We're not even sure, and as well as he played as well at times in the Ashes series, he's edged out by the two lefties. I might be a bit biased there. Who knows?
Who knows? What about 3 and 4 now?
3 and 4 is easy. 3 and 4 so simple.
Is it?
Yeah, Kane Williamson at 3. Okay. Kane Williamson at 3. Joe Root in his best and preferred spot at number 4.
Yes, because that was the whole question in the Ashes, of course.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if any sort of regular listeners to ESPN may have noticed that I felt that Joe Root moving to 3 was a bad idea. Yeah, I may have been right. And so with Kane Williamson in the combined 11, he goes to 3, Joe goes to 4.
This is just like a winning thing. You'd probably struggle to get those two out then.
Well, indeed, yeah. We might not need 5 or 6, but we can do those 2 if you want.
All right, Butch, now let's do number 5.
Another Kiwi. Ross Taylor gets in at number 5.
Good experience to have.
Yeah, I mean, Ben Stokes, it could be argued that Ben Stokes is a good enough player. I mean, he certainly is a good enough player to bat at number 5. But in this combined team, Ross Taylor, his experience, his quality in there at number 5, after the Williamson and Root show, and then Ben Stokes at 6.
Gotta have Ben Stokes in at all costs.
Absolutely, yeah. So all rounder slot, Ben at 6, Ross at 5, and I can't see any arguments with that. I can't see how I can better that with anybody from either from the two teams.
7 then.
This is slightly controversial. I mean, in the past, it has bothered me in England teams that Johnny Bairstow would bat as low as 7 and keep wicket in a team that is struggling for top order runs. However, in this combined 11, when you've got Kane Williamson and Ross Taylor in there in the top 5, then the best keeper batsman out of both teams. I think it's tough on BJ Watley because he's a proper battler, never lets anybody down. But I think Johnny just edges it. So I'd have Johnny Bairstow, who's not even, well, he wasn't in the England squad, was he? He's sort of been left out and been told to go and sort himself out. But he's now back in the squad for England because of the injury. So Joe Denley is cover. So he would be my controversial wicketkeeper batsman number 7 pick.
All right, now things are going to get interesting, even though we are talking about the tail enders, but of course that does kind of give us a sneak peek into where you're thinking for the bowling attack, and that has just been, I mean, you spoiled for choice there as well, especially considering that many would say that after the Ashes, I mean, England made bowling great again as well. That's why would you want to mix it up? But then you look, of course, at what New Zealand has too, and you can argue that they definitely do that as well. So let me know what you're thinking, and then I'll ask you how you work those bowlers.
All right. So my 3 quicks to go along with Ben Stokes as the all rounder are going to be Trent Boult, Jofra Archer, Stuart Broad. Argue with that if you can.
I absolutely cannot.
Obviously, there's no James Anderson in the team, in the squad on the tour, so he doesn't come into the reckoning for that. Tim Southee.
But if he did, he would definitely be a shoo-in.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about definite. I mean, certainly would require some thought. But just in terms, you've also got to balance your attack as well as just throwing names out there. So Trent Boult, left arm quick, brilliant new ball bowler, brilliant old ball bowler, and gives you something different. Stuart Broad is in the form of his life in the Ashes. Jofra Archer is just one of the best in the world right now. And you've got Stokes as a fourth seamer, so that's pretty good. And then obviously the final spot is down to the spinners. That New Zealand have got sort of Ajaz Patel as a left arm spinner, but Jack Leach gets in for me. As much for his heroics with the bat and with his glasses as anything
He's like
else.
a new man now.
But
I don't think he can fail you once you bring him back.
No, exactly. So you know that would be the 11th man, the 11th spot. So I think it's, what have I got there? I've got how many Kiwis in that team have I got? I've got Bolt, Latham, Williams and Taylor. 4 Kiwis, 7 Englishmen. That's my team.
There you go.
Beat that if you can.
Beat that if you can. I'm not even sure we can. So now the difficult question now, because after the Ashes, of course, there was almost a target on Joe Root's back, and whether, you know, it was that he was just soaking up too much pressure and that was affecting his performances, despite the fact that he obviously wasn't coming in his preferred position. Yeah. And then you've got, you know, superstar captain there for New Zealand. So who are you going to give it to?
Kane Williamson. Kane will captain the side. His numbers haven't taken any sort of a hit as a batsman since he's been captain of the Black Caps. I think his demeanour and his calmness and his you know, just the way that he looks like a real leader of men out there on the park.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.